Hi, I'm Megan from Crochet Modern Co. Welcome to my channel. I have an Etsy shop and I thought it would be fun in today's video to turn this reindeer, or this deer, that's in this MamaMadeMinis knotted lovey book, and turn it into like a Rudolph reindeer. I currently sell these in my Etsy shop, Crochet Modern Co., and they are one of my best sellers. However, normally I just do a little brown nose and call it a day, but about a month ago, one of my recurring customers, Diane, hi Diane, she requested for Christmas, she wanted the same exact deer, but she wanted it to be turned into like a Rudolph, so a reindeer. And she wanted the nose to be red, of course, and she wanted the antlers to be red. So I went ahead and made 2 of those for her, shipped them off about 3 weeks ago, and she loved them. And I figured, let me go ahead and just keep that in my shop, since it's gonna be around Christmas time soon. And I actually just got another order for a deer maybe 2 days ago. So I went ahead and completed just the basic deer pattern. And I figured we'd go over the mod together. So in case you want to make your own reindeer, you can follow along and follow the pattern. Okay, let me go ahead and first show you. So this is the MamaMadeMinis knotted loveys book. I got it on Amazon, I think for like $22, which is an amazing deal because you get 16 of the knotted loveys. I sell almost all of them in my Etsy shop, along with a few other plushies and things like that. But the loveys are definitely my biggest seller, so I'm so grateful for this book. It's been absolutely amazing. All the instructions are like so clear. I'd say definitely some of them are beginner friendly for sure. Some are maybe a little bit more intermediate, but I don't think any are super advanced. Okay, let me find the deer here. Okay, so here's what hers looks like. She uses a slightly darker brown. And you see the nose is brown, no antlers, of course. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I also, just for a little extra Christmas flair, made a cute little scarf to match in the same color red. And so we'll be going ahead and doing that as well because Diane loved it. And the new customer from a couple days ago also ordered the scarf. So let's jump right into the details here. So I looked up the yarn I got for the antlers and the scarf. I got it at Michael's. It is the Loops and Threads Petite Pearl in the color Rhubarb, and it's a size 4. So if you're used to the size 6 chunky weight yarn, it's a lot. It was weird to go back to using a size 4 since I've been using the chunky for so long, but it was interesting. So let me show you how the first antler came out. Pretty basic. I used a size 4.25 millimeter crochet hook, and that's about all that you need to make the antlers. And then for the nose, I already had this on hand, and I like using the chunkier weight yarn for the nose. I think it just comes out a little bit cleaner. And I figured these colors are pretty close in shade, so it looked perfectly fine with the first 2 deer that I made. Yeah, so I'll show you how I do the nose first, then we'll get into the antlers and then to the scarf. Okay, so has anybody else started on crocheting Christmas gifts, Christmas items. This, I feel like, has been my very first. I've been doing ghosts and other Halloween type items. However, Halloween is over in about a week, so I think I'll be moving on to Christmas pretty soon. I think maybe after this, like a cute snowman. If anybody has any like really cute patterns, comment down below. So what I do is I kind of just go in from this top part right where the brown is. Let me see if I can get the camera a little bit closer. All right, let's see if that's a little bit better for the being able to see the nose. Okay, so I go right along this brown part pretty much, and just kind of go back and forth a couple times. All right, all done with the nose. As you can see, I just went around a couple times. And just got to get all those little fluffies away like you have. All right, moving right along to the antlers. So first, we're going to make this longer tube, and you are going to take your chenille yarn, make a magic circle, and it's super basic. I just make 8 single crochets into the magic circle. And then all you need to do from there is do that same thing, 8 all the way around for 10 more rounds, fasten off, and then stuff it, and we'll meet back for the next part. Oh, and I was gonna say, if it makes it easier for you as opposed to counting 10 rows and having to move your stitch marker each time, you can just count 80 stitches all the way around. That should make it to the 10 rows or 10 rounds, and then you'll be done. All right, so now we are done with the larger of the oval cones, I guess you would call it. So now we're going to be doing the smaller one the exact same way. So 8 single crochets in a magic circle, and except we're just going to be making it half the length, so only be going for 5 rounds. All right. Okay, so now you have, or you should have, your 2 antler pieces. They are going to go like that. And you just sew the tiny one onto the bigger one, and then you're gonna sew the bigger one onto the reindeer. So I have a little table in front of me. Let me go ahead and angle the camera all the way down and show you how I sew these together. Okay, so I'll try and do my best with what I have, but right now I'm working with a ring light, and it is so old and bulky and terrible, and it doesn't want to bend down in the ways that I need it to. However, I did just buy a new tripod and, well, selfie stick tripod combination on Amazon, and it will be coming tomorrow. So that will hopefully help eliminate the problems. Okay, so I'll get this started here. All right. You always get these little fluffies from the polyfill, especially when you're working with darker yarns. God, it's so weird working with a skinny chenille yarn, because you always see them being so bulky. That, especially working with a 4.25 millimeter hook. I haven't worked with a smaller hook than, I'd say maybe, for all of my snugglers heads, I use a 6.5. In the MamaMadeMinis book, they recommend a 7, but I think I just didn't have a 7 when I first started out making them, and I realized that the 6.5 works just fine. So I stuck with that. And then for the bodies, I use the 8 millimeter hook. And those sizes seem to work out really well for me. I know some people do their amigurumi plushies using like a 4 millimeter, even smaller sometimes. And oh my gosh, I feel like my wrists would be going crazy. Okay, so far this is what it's looking like. Looking pretty good, looking about the same size. So you just want to make sure that they're pretty even in size. So I just sewed this one on here, and I kind of just go and do a couple reinforcing stitches here back and forth, and then I kind of, I don't know if you can tell, take this part and angle it up just a little bit and take my yarn and go through the other side and go all the way up into the top of this one. Pull through, and then I do the same thing and go back down and pull, and it kind of makes this little one just angle up a little bit more, so it's not completely perpendicular like an L shape. It goes up a little bit. And there you have the second antler. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, so next thing is going to be sewing the antlers on to the head. And let me show you how I do that. Oh, we have a little guest, Valentina. You want to say hi? Poke your head in. It's almost nap time for her. All right, go up with Daddy, please, okay? Thank you, baby. Okay, so next thing you're going to do is take your reindeer, and I like to put the antlers a little bit behind the ear, kind of like that, with these smaller points pointing in instead of them pointing out. I think it's cuter, and that's typically how you see the antlers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew these on, and you just want to make sure that they're both evenly spaced out from each other and they look uniform. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so here we have both of the antlers sewn on. Look how cute. And that, I mean, it only took me maybe like, I don't know, 30 minutes total. So pretty quick and easy. And that's it from the back, from the front. So moving right along, if you're still with me, thank you so much. I know this video probably seems a little all over the place. Okay, but I promise you the scarf is the easiest thing to make ever. Let me just leave this guy right here, looking super cute. Okay, so the tools you will need again is this same loops and threads, petite pearl, wait for yarn. It almost feels like a velvet yarn to me. I know it's a chenille yarn, but it doesn't, like the thicker ones, it doesn't shed like those do. It feels kind of more like the velvety yarn to me. Anyways, so with this one, we're gonna go ahead and just, oh, make sure I have the right hook here. Okay, so we're doing the 4.25 millimeter hook again. And let's see, I think I chained 80 last time, 80 or 70. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's try 70. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. All right, so we just want it to wrap around their head one time. Let's see how we're looking on length. Okay, I think 70 is good. So I chained 70 and then I yarn over, and in the second chain from the hook, I do a half double crochet and one half double crochet all the way to the end of the chain, and I will meet you at the end of this row. Okay, so now I am fully done with that very first row of half double crochets, and I'm gonna just go ahead and check the length, make sure that I do like the chain 70. And yeah, that looks like that'll be pretty good. Okay, so now it's pretty basic from here. All you do is go back around and do another row of half double crochets. Oh, first I chain one, then I do another row of half double crochets, but I go into the back loop only. That way, it kind of gives a ribbed effect to the scarf. And again, when it comes to length and style, it's totally customizable to what you want. At the end, I will go ahead and add to the ends of the scarf some little fringe, because I think that looks really cute. But that'll be at the end. So finish another row of the half double crochets, and then I do one more row of half double crochets going back again. So that's 3 rows of half double crochets in total, and we'll meet at the end of that, and I'll show you how I like to do the fringe in case you want to do that as well. And all right, so I went ahead and finished adding the fringe on one side. So I just lay it down and get a really nice sharp pair of scissors and just try and cut them pretty evenly. Okay. And then I'll show you how I added the fringe on the other side. That's how it looks. And so I went ahead and cut just a couple of little strands here. And then with my hook, I just go in to a couple of the stitches. Put your hook through. Pull through. You get a little loop here. And then with your fingers, you can grab those two strands and pull tight. And you got your first little tassel. So do that again all the way down. Add another, I'll show you here. Insert your hook like so. Fold the yarn in half. Pull through. You have a loop. Fingers go through and pull through. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more here to even out the other side. But was this not like the easiest little accessory? And I love that it can be versatile. You can use it for a snowman. If you have a snowman plushie or snuggler that you just wanna add a little bit more Christmas flair to. I really do love this yarn. Takes a little bit longer using such a smaller hook, but I think for small accessories like this, it's really worth it. Okay, let me do one more maybe, and then I'll cut it and I'll show you how I like to tie it around the reindeer's neck. I don't like to make it too tight, and I don't sew it on. That way, if a little kid, I know my children love accessories and they love being able to actually take them off and on. So I like the option of them being able to do so. Okay, let me go ahead and cut these and then I'll do my outro and I'll show you the final reindeer. Again, thank you so much for staying all the way to the end of this video. It means so much to me, especially being my very first crochet video. Okay. All right, let me raise up the camera and show you what the final result looks like. All right, so that is about it for the reindeer. Here are the two antlers, the cute little red nose, and let me add, the last thing is the scarf. So I like to take it around the back, loop it around the front, and then I kind of just do a little bit of a tie there. And you just kind of finagle it a little bit. But that is the finished result. How cute. All right, leave a comment down below what you guys think of this cute little reindeer modification. And thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this, and I hope that if you attempt to create the reindeer, that you enjoy making it too. Hopefully I will be posting again soon. Maybe more vlog style on things that I've been making the past week with my shop. So this is an order, like I said, and that will be going out probably on Wednesday. And I got another order yesterday for a seahorse, which maybe I will show that in my next video. I'm almost done with it. I just have to add, it's a super cute pattern that I found on Instagram, and I have it saved, and I always am going back to it because it's sells really well in my shop. But it has a white little ribbed backing and then two little fins, and then this little guy will be done. And my last order that I got yesterday as well is for a unicorn. So maybe, like I said, maybe my next video, I'll be finishing this guy up and finishing up the unicorn. All right, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.